All right, hey Chipola Nation, we're here with Darwin Gilmore, the Dean of Workforce Education and Economic Development at Chipola College. Darwin, how you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
We've done our PPEs, we sanitized
That's
and
right.
everything, and
That's
we wore
right.
masks on the way in here, but we're both COVID free, so we're going to pretend like things are normal.
That's right.
For right now.
Sounds good to me. We
Yeah.
need a little normalcy.
I know, good Lord. So, how are things going in workforce?
Workforce is doing really well. I think we got 5 out of our 8 total programs that are running now. John Gardner's taken off some or two, but doing really good. Doing good. Our enrollment numbers are doing well, so we're pleased.
Great. And so we did tool up again with automotive, cosmetology, and welding, and we actually had kids in classes and social distancing and all that kind of stuff this summer.
That's right. We did our workaround and we met the guidelines, and we're very satisfied that
That's great.
in-person training does work better.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, we're here today to talk about 2 new programs that we're launching in the fall, right?
That's right.
So these will August 24th is when classes start, and if you're listening to this, then you'll need to contact Darwin right away to go ahead and get signed up for these programs. But let's go ahead and talk about the first program, which is advanced manufacturing.
Yes, so advanced manufacturing is going to be a new clock hour program, 600 clock hours, which there's 450 clock hours in one semester. So that'll get you a full semester and a start into the next semester, which allows this program to really accommodate well the working learners and build internships and things to putting them to work while they're in school.
Okay.
And the way it fits in, Brian, 5 years ago now, it seems like it's been just yesterday sometimes, but 5 years ago we installed the engineering technology program, which is an AS degree, and it's done very well and put out workers both in large companies who have raved about our graduates and small organizations who I just got a text this morning that a small company said, "Hey, have you got any more like this guy I just got from you?"
That's great.
So it's been very successful, but what we wanted to do is create a clock hour program. Credit hour runs in blocks of time. Clock hour, you're able to treat it like work. You bring a lunch box, you come in from 7:30 to 3:30, and you run it just like Gardner runs automotive, just like Vanderwerf runs cosmetology, and Jenkins runs welding. So it's an opportunity for us to get people quicker into the workforce pathway and get them started, because there's a big demand, and people need these workers, and we got to get more of them out there faster.
So what exactly is advanced manufacturing?
So advanced manufacturing, the skill sets are things like you'll learn, you got to learn the basics of what quality is and operations and things that you'd learn in a factory. But you'll also learn CNC type machines, how to basic operation of machine tools. You'll learn about robotics, automation elements like that. You'll learn about PLCs, the programmable logic controllers. We've talked about it before. There's a computer on everything now, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
So so these kind of skills are needed not only in high-end automated factories, they're also needed in vegetable processing plants and small and medium farms, and these kind of skills spread out across power plants and everything.
Right.
So large and small all need these kind of high tech.
So give me the names of some companies where if you took this program where you might be able to apply and get a job.
Sure. Some of the quickies are Rex Lumber. They're our number 1 partner. They've been furnishing scholarships and will continue to do so. Georgia Pacific. They make sheet wood. They make OCB product. OSB product. People like Maori Elevator are in need all the time. People like Inviva are at the pellet plant.
The pellet plant.
All these kind of people. And also, like I say, Jake Linton, I'll just give him a plug. He's the one who's hired one. So these are smaller companies, small to medium companies that need high-skilled techs that can go out and help start up a new technology project.
So again, 600 hours is a little more than 1 semester. So you start in August. You maybe finish this whole program in January, February?
That's right.
And you have some basic skills that one of these companies that we talked about might want.
That's right. Well, they'll work through the next semester, but they'll be working and going to school at the same time, ideally.
That's fantastic.
And, so those are the things, and it'll accommodate an apprenticeship development too, which we're working toward.
Okay.
That's part of our model. So
That's great.
It's a really powerful program that you can make good money at.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one, building construction. And, there's still a lot of blue tarps in old Mariana. And so I know that, and if you've tried to hire an electrician, a plumber, or somebody a contractor to work on your house, we are still very much in need around here.
Absolutely. And so at the same time, 5 years ago, we started the engineering technology program, which is electrical and mechanical skills. We also started a civil engineering tech program. So both with the same mindset, multi-craft, getting straight into industry at a level of helping the engineering team succeed, helping the workplace succeed. Building construction kind of does to civil engineering what advanced manufacturing will do to engineering tech. It brings in a 1,050 clock hour program that'll kind of be fitted underneath engineering tech, civil engineering tech. There'll be 3 or 4 students a year or more, hopefully go in there as a feeder program. But the construction program will actually focus on a comprehensive approach to building. It will go from digging footers to building floor systems, wall systems, roof systems, to plumbing, electrical, and some HVAC. And the strategy is, Brian, just like the others, even in unions now, that when we've tried surveying or masonry, brick and block laying, those silos are hard to sustain.
Right.
But this is a multi-craft program which introduces you to the whole landscape of the construction business.
Okay.
Therefore, you may go in there and say, hey, I really like plumbing. So this would give you a launch into that by touching all of those aspects.
Okay, that's cool. So it says here preparation as an entry-level journeyman technician. What do those mean to people who aren't in the trades?
Okay, so if you look through these OCPs, they call them occupational completion points. The first completion point is just a helper. So when you're a helper, you can't really do the job. You're having to go along and grunt with the guy or girl and learn it. Then you can move to a technician 1. A technician 1 is somebody that can probably do a small scale part of the building project, but still need some oversight. But tech 2 is what I'm referring to as entry level journeyman, which I kind of like that phrase. I think I picked it up from Curtis, but I give him street cred.
Right.
But that means you're now a person who can run a segment of the job and not have constant oversight. So you're in a pathway to become journeyman.
So let's just take electrician.
Yep.
So you would help an electrician, and he might let you, do some wiring, but he's there to make sure that everything's right. And so you're getting the hands-on. You're learning those skills in a real house on a real construction site.
That's right.
And possibly getting paid.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. That's what, again, our goal is to have working learners, which they're coming to school and working, and while they're working, they're getting the application of what they're learning in school.
Okay.
So we're applying it too. We're hands-on, but nothing's better than getting the experience out there in the field.
That is cool. That is very cool. Now, what else about this program do we need to talk about?
Well, I think, to be honest, I think both of these programs kind of what we want to introduce to our region is we need advisory council members that are, if you're selling products into these programs or if you're hiring graduates of these programs, we would like to hear from you. We'd like to get you signed up to be a partner with us. The other idea is just know that when you're hiring one of our Chipola folks, we brag about it because our people have been very successful in many categories, nursing and across. But we feel really strongly that what they're getting here is the kind of high quality craftsmanship skills that you need to be successful out there in the world.
Right. And we've talked about Curtis Jenkins in welding and John Gardner in automotive and Paige Vanderwerf in cosmetology. And these people, they have high standards. And if you don't come to class and if you don't perform, you don't make it in these classes, and they have high expectations. And so I would assume that when a student finishes these programs, it's somebody that a company wants to hire, that they know that they're that they're going to show up for work and they're going to do a good job.
In a sense, they've been vetted,
Right.
if you can use that terminology.
Yeah. And
So,
that's and I know that's what you hear from companies all over, that we're looking for good employees, but we're having trouble finding people who will be reliable.
and it's just going to get worse if we don't continue with this kind of program. One of the reasons Dr. Clemens and Dr. Rentz are challenging us to move in this direction is because the skills gap is worsening. And with people retiring, right now, if you look at the two clusters in our region that are going both advancing in number of jobs and advancing in salary, is healthcare and construction. So construction, if we don't put people out there, we're going to get further and further behind.
Oh, absolutely. Darwin, let's get specific here to talk about maybe a day in the life of somebody who's in the building construction program and the possibilities for pay and advancement.
Good. Yeah, so a day in the life in construction is probably, at the entry level when you're coming in as a helper, you might be assisting and being told how to lay out a set of steps or how to get the proper measurements, for installing a window, all these things that relate to the framing elements of it. As you progress, you may be up there talking about with the boss man on what the roof pitch ought to be, and how to build these rafters properly. So it just is the variability rests within how good you are and how you progress with your skill building when you're on the job.
Right. And now, what kind of money could you expect to make in the building construction area?
In building construction, there's probably about 2,100 jobs that show up in the database here. Some of them start out at 36,000. I'm sure that's not all of them, but I'm looking at jobs that start at 36. And it depends on how you learn as to how you can grow. But think about within the first 5 years, you're in the 50s for sure.
Man, that's awesome. Okay. Now let's talk about the other one, the advanced manufacturing. What would you be doing there all day long?
Sure. A day in the life there can change too. There's a lot of it depends if you're in a factory floor, you're probably going to get the basics first.
Okay.
You're going to get, as a helper, you're going to get to maybe help assemble something. You're going to get to maybe help test something, learn how a testing sector works of a product. You may be working on some minor automation. In some of our partner companies, the fruit and vegetables, they got conveyors running. You may have to change out the conveyor rollers. You may have to help with a motor that's gone bad in a conveyor system and replace that. So, and those jobs also pay, they may be $12 to $18 an hour starting. But some higher end companies are paying $21 an hour just to start.
Man.
In an intern role. So if you get in there and get good, you're going to move up to 40s and 50s pretty quick. And within 5 years or so, you may be 60s and plus.
Man, that's awesome.
So those are good jobs, very good jobs.
Very cool. All right. Well, Darwin, we've enjoyed talking to you about our new programs, building construction and advanced manufacturing. It sounds like there's a lot of opportunities for our students coming up. And again, if you want to talk to Darwin about these programs, you can give him a call at 718-2270, or you can visit our website, chipola.edu, and you can also email him at gilmored@chipola.edu. So Darwin, good luck with these, and thank you for visiting.
Thank you. We're excited about them. Thanks for having me.